Hey guys, I got two inventions in one basically. The first invention is like a cylinder, maybe a bottle type design. Uh, it could be held down by heavy concrete on the bottom of a lake. You have a home, and you have no pressure from the water because the top of the gooseneck is outside the water, and you have an opening, but at the same time you have an umbrella protecting from rain coming in and stuff. But you have air and oxygen coming in through the top. But because it's like a bottle design and you have opening on top, then there's no pressure inside. So there's no water pressure pushing on the inside of occupants. So you could have somebody living on a lakeside and have this design, or you have concrete blocks on the bottom of the lake holding the cylinder or bottle design home. So that's for a home in a lake or somewhere where there's not a lot of waves. Maybe protected from the ocean waves too. You could also have the design, but somewhere where you don't have a lot of strong waves. That's just you have all these concrete slabs that hold that the weight of the house, and these are on the sides from going this way. And you can go have them around the cylinder or design or whatever. It could be any shape, but this is the a home for a lake, or like I said, a house on an ocean just which secured and doesn't have a lot of waves coming in. This is another design. This is for a tunnel, or this is the ground design of a river. You got one side of the river and the other side of the river, and in the bottom here is water. So let me so this will be the top of the water, right? So let me go ahead and there we go. So there's the water. So you can have one cylinder, drop it in there, and you have concrete slabs holding it, and then the same thing could be each process, individual cylinders, and each one will have either one or multiple concrete slabs that hold the cylinder in place of the distance from the ground floor of the water of the riverbed and to what height you want. So this will be a tunnel, and each one will have a flexible joint between each cylinder, so it kind of flexes, so it doesn't crack or open up. And it'd be advisable to have sealed doors. Let me get this focus. Have sealed doors in each one, so or you can have like I said, flexible joints. It'll be an individual cylinder, and you attach it to a concrete slab on the floor, and you have the entry access here and the exit access over here. So you could actually walk all the way through the cylinder and walk out. Like I said, you can have each door closed, or you could have all of them open, but for safety reason, it'll be just have each individual door closed and open. That way, if one area is flooded, you could actually see it. And I recommend having a window glass opening from each axis, so when you walk into a different cylinder, you can see through the window from the door entrance to the other cylinder that there's no water on the other side. So you could always have that window and check it. But at the same time, if you have a door, you have no oxygen. So I recommend have a fan that throws the air all the way in to the whole passage with the underwater sea or lake tunnel design. But this is kind of like a small area, like a small river, that's not very wide. So it's just it'd be kind of cool to design it. Or you can have a single one by itself, and you have like a place where a diver can go in there and rest, but also the diver has to bring its own oxygen. But he could be swimming here, and this will be like a hideout, and there'll be concrete slabs, and this is good for also those people who believe in living, having how should I say this, having supplies hidden from the public. Let's say in a I don't know, There's a lot of folks that like to survivalist type that like to hide stuff. This will be awesome. You know, only you have to drive in and have this capsule hidden. Inside the capsule might have food, weapons, ammo. So it's more or less like a survival thing for storage. But remember, there's no oxygen here if it's by itself. You have to be a diver and have oxygen and dive in and get your stuff and go back. You can have a boat here, right? You could dive in and grab your supplies and then go back in there. You know, it'd be cool because you hide stuff that you know, if you're the only one who knows, nobody will know that you have supplies just underneath the river, a certain area of the river, off-site. Or you can have a rest spot for a diver, but they'll have to bring their own oxygen if it's by itself. Now, if you hook up a series of these, then you can have an entry point and exit point. So anyway, this is a design for this one's for divers or survivalists, and this one's a house on a lake, and so on. But anyway, there you go, folks. Cool concept.